right in here. That's all I felt.
You probably remember the name Mary Jo Buttafuoco. For a lot of us, it's tied to one of the biggest, most sensational tabloid stories of the 1990s. But here's the thing. Behind all those headlines, behind the media circus, was a quiet, absolutely harrowing medical journey that went on for decades. So today, we're going to explain the story you probably never heard, one of incredible clinical resilience. And we're actually going to start near the end of that journey with this really powerful statement from Mary Jo herself. After decades of struggling, she said, "I finally got my smile back." That one sentence, it's the culmination of a battle that lasted more than 25 years. That moment was in 2017. And this wasn't just some minor procedure. We're talking about a complex surgery to repair shattered facial nerves that had been damaged in an instant decades earlier. The fact that this fix came so long after the initial injury, well, that tells you a lot about just how persistent and deep these injuries were. So the big question is, what did it take to get to that point? What happened in all those years between the attack and that moment of recovery in 2017? To really understand that, we have to rewind the clock, all the way back. Yep, we're going back to 1992, the day of the shooting that kicked off this entire grueling medical odyssey. This wasn't just an event that caused a single wound. It set off a chain reaction of physical trauma that would literally define the rest of her life. Her own words really cut through any kind of clinical description. They just convey the raw violence of what happened. It wasn't just a gunshot, it was this blunt, brutal force that shattered bone, muscle, and nerve. And in the immediate aftermath, the physical toll was just catastrophic. Her weight plummeted to a shocking 80 pounds. Think about that. That single number paints such a stark picture of a body in absolute crisis, just fighting to survive. It's a detail that got totally lost in the media frenzy, but it's so central to her story of recovery. And that immediate trauma, that was just the beginning. It led to a lifetime of permanent medical conditions. Not things that would heal over a few weeks or months, but things that would become lifelong realities for her. So what are we talking about? Well, she was left with partial facial paralysis, which is what that 2017 surgery finally helped address, a severed carotid artery, that's one of the main blood vessels that supplies your brain, and total irreversible hearing loss in 1 year. I mean, any one of these is a devastating injury on its own. But of all the lasting consequences, maybe the most chilling one is the one that's still there today. We're talking about the bullet itself. The medical reality was brutally simple. Surgeons looked at it and they determined that trying to get the bullet out was just far too risky. An attempt to remove it could have actually caused even more catastrophic damage. So it had to stay. And where did it stay? To this day, that bullet is still lodged in her neck, dangerously close to her spinal cord. She literally lives with this constant, latent threat, a physical reminder of the attack, embedded in one of the most critical parts of her body. So when you step back and look at the whole picture, you see two completely different stories. There's the one we all saw on TV and in the tabloids, and then there's the one that was playing out in hospitals and recovery rooms, completely out of sight. On one side, you have the media circus, a sensationalized scandal that was all about drama and personalities, and on the other side, you have the clinical reality, a 34-year private medical journey that was focused on one thing and one thing only: survival and recovery. And that's really the whole point here. Her true story isn't one of scandal at all. It's a case study in profound clinical resilience, the endurance of the human body and the human spirit against decades of physical adversity, long after the cameras went away. Which leaves us with a pretty important question to think about. How many other stories of incredible human resilience are hidden right there, just behind the headlines, that we all think we already know?